everyone, welcome back to the Awards Gambit. And it's been a little over a month since I last posted a video. So this video is going to be my Oscar predictions for January. I've been super busy this month, so I'm glad I was able to fit a video in right before January ends. I've watched a lot more movies since last month, so I think maybe I have a little bit better idea of our predictions maybe. I know a lot more movies have been screened for critics and audiences, so that will give us a little bit of update of where we are, but now that we're here, I say let's just jump right in. I want to start out with Best Supporting Actor. Number 1, I have Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7. I don't know, I just have a feeling that this could be the year that Sacha Baron Cohen wins an Oscar. He gives a really out there performance in the movie, which, you know, the Academy loves, and I think he's getting a huge nudge from the second Borat movie. So I think he's, for right now, I'm predicting him. For number 2, I have Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. I think this movie is like one of the late movies. Not a lot of people have seen it yet, but for those who have seen it, they're saying that Kaluuya is so good, so passionate. If you've seen the trailer, you'd understand. I think he has gotten the go-ahead for being in the supporting, which I think benefits him a lot because lead actor's a lot more crowded, so he could easily bump out Sacha Baron Cohen, but I don't know. Number 3, I have Paul Raci for Sound of Metal. I think that's how his name is pronounced, Raci. He plays the owner of the home for deaf people that Riz Ahmed's character goes to. I don't know, he's gotten a lot of like critics praise. He's not a big actor. I thought his performance was really good. I actually just watched Sound of Metal a few days ago. I mean, I thought Riz Ahmed was the standout of that movie, but I think he played a really emotional counterpart of his. Number 4, I have Leslie Odom Jr., and I'll tell you why I put him at number 4, because I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking, why isn't he up more? Because everyone's predicting more. Gold Derby has him at number 1, but Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, I think he's not going to win supporting actor because I think he's going to win for Best Original Song for the song Speak Now on One Night in Miami. This has happened the past few years where a performer has been nominated for a song and for acting. In 2018, it was Mary J. Blige for Mudbound. 2019, it was Lady Gaga for A Star Is Born. In 2020, it was Cynthia Erivo for Harriet. Lady Gaga's the only one that won for Best Original Song, but I think that she easily could have won the acting award, but they wanted to give her an Oscar, so they gave it to her in the song, which was also the best song. But I think the similar thing that happened to Lady Gaga will happen to Leslie Odom Jr. But who knows, maybe he could win both or just the acting award. Because, I mean, Leslie Odom Jr. as Sam Cooke singing in a movie, it's kind of irresistible. We'll see. Number 5, wasn't sure who to put in my last slot, but I just decided to go with Bill Murray for On the Rocks. I think this is kind of his comeback. It's been 17 years since he was nominated for his first and only performance in Lost in Translation. I don't know, Bill Murray is such a respected actor. They could just go with it and nominate him again. So those are my top 5. A few sleepers I have are Mark Rylance for The Trial of the Chicago 7. I thought he'd give a really good performance as the lawyer, the defense lawyer. We know the Academy loves him because he won in 2016, kind of as a surprise, so he could easily re-enter this top 5 and make the short list. Another sleeper I have is Chadwick Boseman for Da 5 Bloods. Obviously, Chadwick Boseman passed away about 5 months ago. I think I'm going to talk more about Chadwick Boseman when it comes to leading actor, but people are saying he could get double nominated. I think there's a lot of... I think he's more favorited to win for Ma Rainey, but I'll get to that at actor, but this is definitely a sleeper for Best Supporting Actor. And number 8, or my third sleeper, I have something that probably not a lot of other people have, but I just decided to throw it out there. I have Bo Burnham for Promising Young Woman. I think he is has the second biggest part in that movie after Carey Mulligan, and it's a really important story arc, his character, and he gives it all he's got, and he did a great job. I mean, I think Carey Mulligan is that movie, and it's all about her, but I don't know. They kind of have an IOU for him he wasn't nominated for screenplay or director for 8th Grade, so you never know. Next category I want to talk about is Best Supporting Actress. This is one of the weaker categories. But for number 1, I have Amanda Seyfried for Mank. Mank has been slipping a lot since last time I did a video. It's just people aren't really that into it. I think the Academy might like it because it's about Citizen Kane and it's in black and white. It's very baity. And Amanda Seyfried is easily the best part of that movie. She lights up the screen whenever she's on it. So I think right now she's kind of a placeholder, but also could absolutely win due to reasons why the other people might not win. Not to discredit her performance, because I didn't like the movie, but I loved her performance, and I think that a lot of people would agree with me. Number 2, I have Ellen Burstyn for Pieces of a Woman, which I have seen since last time. I thought it was a really beautiful story, even though it was an emotional story, and I thought that Ellen Burstyn she had a really, really small part in it, but boy, was she amazing. She was really good. She had a great monologue. It's such an Oscar role. She is such a respected actress. She did win an Oscar in the 70s, but they kind of have an IOU for her too, because she did not win in 2001 for what was that, Requiem for a Dream, and people say that she should have won that over Julia Roberts for Erin Brockovich. She's also would be the oldest acting nominee and the oldest acting winner if she won or was nominated. So that could be something that they think about. Just an idea. Number 3, I have Olivia Colman for The Father. I don't see her winning just because this is not Gary Oldman. This is Anthony Hopkins' movie. Although I heard she's good in it, and she just won 2 years ago. A lot of people were upset that she beat Glenn Close. I mean, not a lot of people, but I was. Even though she probably had a better performance than Glenn, but whatever. I just don't see her winning because she won so recently, and like Amanda or Ellen could easily beat her. But they do love her. They do love Olivia Colman. She probably gives a worthy performance. So, number 4, I have Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy. I don't know, I love this movie, and I think a lot of audience people love this movie, and I think that just because the critics hated it doesn't mean everyone's gonna hate it. I think the Academy might go for it too, and Glenn Close, like 7 Oscar nominations. She's such an amazing actress, and her performance in this movie was quite emotional and was quite essential to the story. I said this in my last video, but I'll say it again. I think Glenn Close's performance in Hillbilly Elegy is so much more important to the story and a better like acted performance than Laura Dern for Marriage Story, which was last year's winner. Even though I love Laura Dern so much, that's what I think. Number 5, I have Yu Jong Yoon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's how I'm pronouncing it for now until I learn the correct version of it. For Minari, I heard she is. I haven't seen Minari yet, so I'm saying I heard she's really good. She's getting a lot of critics' praise from early critics awards. I heard she's just the heart of this movie. She plays the grandmother of the little boy. I think it's kind of justice for Zhao Shuzhen from last year for The Farewell. A lot of people thought she deserved to be nominated. It's kind of a similar situation. So I think she will be that 5th slot. But we'll talk about a few sleepers I have. One, Maria Bakalova. I think she could easily take Glenn Close's or Yu Jong Yoon spot. Her and Maria and Yu Jong Yoon are like the only 2 supporting actresses that have been winning like basically an equal amount of critics awards. I just don't have her in because I don't know if the Academy is ready to nominate such a comedic performance yet. But I saw this movie and I loved her in it. She was so good. You have to watch it if you haven't yet. I thought the second Borat was better than the first Borat too. Just saying. Another one I have Helena Zengel for News of the World. I have not seen this movie, full disclosure, but her and Tom Hanks are somewhat of co-leads, and if they like News of the World and they might nominate Tom Hanks, they might go for it. Last sleeper I have is Dominique Fishback. I heard she's rising in Gold Derby. That's why I put her here. I haven't seen Judas and the Black Messiah yet. I don't really know much about her as an actress, but I've heard she's good. I know. I say I heard a lot, whatever. Alright. Moving on, next is Best Actor. Number 1, I do have Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Last time we made this video, I was watching it later that night. I watched it. I liked it. I wasn't really engaged the whole time. I sometimes have a hard time paying attention to movies. But he is the best part of that movie. He really puts his heart into this performance. And his character's absolutely bewitching. I do think he will win because it is an extraordinary performance, and I think that the Academies and everyone is really going to want to honor him. This is the last time they can, besides Da 5 Bloods. So, looking at this performance and Da 5 Bloods performance, I don't know. It's really hard to say. I think he could be nominated for both, but like people are just gunning for him to win this one. But I'll talk a little bit more about it in my number 2, who is Anthony Hopkins. I think people might not be as sentimental for Chadwick because of how good Anthony Hopkins is in The Father, which I haven't seen yet, but this is what I've heard. That he does so much in this movie. The way the movie is shot, it's like not what you expected. Like there's a part of the film where you see like what he sees, like what his character sees. And I think he could win the Golden Globe, Anthony Hopkins, because he has never won a Golden Globe, which is egregious. And I don't think there's an urgency to give Chadwick Boseman a Golden Globe because Golden Globes are sort of meaningless, even though I love the Golden Globes. So if Anthony Hopkins would win the Golden Globe, he could just win a couple of other awards. He could win the BAFTA, and then there's only been 6 or 7 posthumous acting nominees, and only 2 have won. So it could really go either way. Both performances are deserving, I'll say that. But there's also another performance that I think has the potential to somehow sneak in and win, because I thought it was absolutely incredible, and that is Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal. I just watched this on 2 days ago, like I said. Holy crap. He was so good. As a musician who goes deaf, you must watch this movie. The movie had some lulls in it, but it was such an emotional performance. He gave his heart to this performance, and he deserves to be nominated. He can't win. Just saying. Number 4, I have Delroy Lindo in Da 5 Bloods. He has maintained a position in the top 5 for probably over 3 months. This movie came out like almost a year ago, so he's probably getting in. I haven't seen it, but I believe that it is worthy. Number 5, I have John David Washington for Malcolm and Marie. This is kind of an out there pick. I try to throw around different ideas. I'm putting this one because I have a feeling they're going to nominate Zendaya, which I'll talk about when I talk about actress. And I just don't think they're going to nominate one or the other. I think that it's really a two-hander. You got to nominate both or neither. So that's who I have for number 5. A few people who could sneak in are Gary Oldman for Mank. He gives a really good performance in a not so great movie, in my opinion. I mean, it's very much like Darkest Hour. Like, it's very showy. He is drinking and smoking and putting on weight, and he could get nominated, but people are saying it's kind of like Robert De Niro in The Irishman, which I kind of see. And in that way, he could get knocked out by the other competition. Another one I have is Steven Yeun for Minari. Definitely could get in. I don't know if it has enough steam so close to nominations. I mean, we're not really that close, but I haven't seen Minari, so I can't really say much. Tom Hanks for Moves of the World. I haven't seen this one either, but it's Tom Hanks. He has been snubbed a lot this century, but I've heard this movie is pretty good, and he is Tom Hanks, and obviously he's going to be good in a movie, so not going to count it out. Moving on to Best Actress, my favorite category. Number 1, I have Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of a Woman. I just think that she is the ingenue performance that they would like to honor. Such an emotional yet beautiful performance that she is campaigning extremely well for. She could win this. I'll talk about how the next 3 also have a chance to win, but she's never won before. She's never been nominated before. I loved her performance in this movie, and I think she could win. Number 2, another person who I think really could win and should win. It's Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman. I watched this since last time too, and oh my god, this, to me, her performance was the performance of 2020. What she does in this movie is work she's never done before. This is so much like all the period dramas she's done before, and such an unexpected actress you'd think would play a performance like this because of past roles she's had, and that's why I think it was so good, and I don't think anyone else could have done it the way she did it. I don't want to spoil anything, but you must watch this movie and you will understand what I'm talking about. I think she should win. I don't know if she will win, but I would love it if she won. Number 3, I have Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. She is currently at number 1 at Gold Derby. However, I don't have her at number 1 because I think she's outshined by Chadwick Boseman. And that's why I think she'll ultimately suffer. But her role is very showy, very baity, transformative, and she's really good in it. So, and Halle Berry needs company as the only black actress who has won Best Actress, which is horrible considering how many amazing women of color have given amazing performances. But moving on, number 4, I have Frances McDormand. I don't think she will win a 3rd Oscar for Nomadland. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm positive that she is amazing in this movie because she's Frances McDormand, and this movie is getting so much critical acclaim, probably more so than any movie in a long time this early in the game. I don't know, to win a 3rd Oscar is major. If anyone could do it, it would be her, but I think she does have a lot of competition. Number 5, I have Zendaya for Malcolm and Marie. She's hot off the Emmy win for Euphoria. People didn't think she was gonna get nominated, and she did, so they're not gonna rule her out this time. I've heard that her performance is amazing as Marie. I think her and John David Washington have a lot of chemistry, and that's why I think they'll both get nominated together. I think that this movie was so creative. I think to nominate just one, doesn't seem right to me. It's kind of like Marriage Story or A Star is Born, but like unique and different also. A few that could sneak in, I have Andra Day for The United States versus Billie Holiday. I have not yet seen that. I think a lot of people haven't seen it yet. She's playing a historical figure. She's playing a musician. There's a trial involved. So, look out for her. Sophia Loren for The Life Ahead. Big comeback performance. It's been over 50 years since she was nominated when she won. Yeah. Last sleeper, Meryl Streep for The Prom. She's Meryl Streep. She's probably going to win the Comedy Musical Globe. Actually, not that she's probably going to win. She's a really good chance, I think. Since Maria Bakalova is going lead for Golden Globes, I think she really could steal that from Meryl, but she's Meryl Streep and she can get that last slot. She sometimes does just take that last spot. Especially since Carey Mulligan is now in drama at the Golden Globes. If she was in comedy, she would have taken that in a walk. Okay. Sorry that this video might be long. I am only going to go over director, and picture, and then I'll be done. Okay. Best Director, number 1, Chloe Zhao, Nomadland. I think she's going all the way. She's going to win. She's going to be the second woman who wins Best Director. Catherine Bigelow was the only one that has won. I don't know, I've heard that this movie is so beautifully directed. I just think that this is her year and she's the moment. There's still time for someone to take it from her. I just don't know who could. Number 2, I have Aaron Sorkin for The Trial of the Chicago 7. This is his second directorial feature after Molly's Game, which is another great movie. This movie has a lot of movement and going back and forth, a lot of dialogue, and I think that Aaron did a great job directing it. This was one of my favorite movies of the year too, FYI. Number 3, David Fincher for Mank. I mean, I think that maybe a month or so ago, he was really up there. They wanted to give him the career Oscar because he's directed amazing films, but I don't think that he will win for Mank. It is very well directed, so I think he'll get nominated, but I think it's Chloe Zhao's. Number 4, Regina King. She'll be the first woman of color to be nominated for One Night in Miami. And this will be the year that 2 women are nominated for the first time, which is, this is going to be a big trailblazing year. I think she'll get nominated. I think the way, I haven't seen One Night in Miami, I'm looking forward to seeing it soon. Excuse me. I think they're gonna want to nominate Regina King. She just won a few years ago. Last spot, I have Spike Lee for The Da 5 Bloods. I mean, this spot is definitely the most open spot, but I feel like Da 5 Bloods is kind of resurging. The Golden Globes love him. I know the Golden Globes and Oscars are different, but his kids are going to be the Golden Globe ambassadors, if that's any indication. And I think he could take this 5th spot. A few people that could take it away from him are Lee Isaac Chung from Minari, George C. Wolfe from Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, or Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. Imagine if there were 3 women nominated. That would be amazing and iconic. Alright, we'll finish up, but we're talking about the guaranteed 10 nominees for Best Picture. They're bringing back the exact 10 nominees, which they haven't done in like 10 years. So I'm excited to see what makes it. For number 1, I have Nomadland. This is getting all the critic wins. It is sweeping everything. It won, I think it won Cannes and Toronto film festivals. I think as of right now, it has very strong lead over all the other movies, but I feel like in past years we've seen that there's kind of a curse that comes with an early frontrunner. We'll just look at The Irishman, A Star is Born, La La Land. I don't know. You never know. Number 2, I have Trial of the Chicago 7. It's a very timely movie. There's an element of race involved, political unrest. I love this movie so much. I have yet to see Nomadland, but I love Trial of the Chicago 7. That one could also win. Number 3, which I think could also win because of how creative it is One Night in Miami. The idea of Sam Cooke, Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, and Malcolm X all having a chance encounter in one night in Miami, that just sounds like the most unique and creative story told in a long time. And I think, especially in the year of Black Lives Matter, I think this is the kind of story that everybody might want to win. So, watch out, Nomadland. Number 4, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I think that the performances of Chadwick and Viola is just bringing this up. I don't think it's gonna win. I didn't love the movie. The performances are everything, but I didn't love the movie. It'll definitely get nominated though. Number 5, The Father. Same with Ma Rainey. The performances will bring this movie up. I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Number 6, Minari. I've heard this movie is so beautiful. It's about a family who moves to a farm. I'm not sure. Is it Arkansas? I don't know. From Korea. I'm looking forward to seeing this one too. Number 7, Mank. I think it'll still get nominated. The Academy might like it more than audiences and critics did. Number 8, Da 5 Bloods. Like I said, I think this is resurging. I think it'll definitely get a spot in the 10. Number 9, I still have Soul. I think it's been a while since an animated movie has been nominated to the point where they will nominate Soul. I did see Soul, actually, since last time. I thought it was beautiful, like Toy Story 3. So yeah, that one could get it. And my last slot, I have. Might be wishful thinking, but I would love nothing more than to see Promising Young Woman get nominated for Best Picture. I think it is absolutely worthy. I would love to see Margot Robbie getting a producing nomination. That'd be awesome. I don't know. I think this movie has enough buzz. It's probably going to get a screenplay nomination. I think it is the underdog to win Best Original Screenplay. Yeah, that's my number 10. Few sleepers. I'll talk about News of the World. Like I said, I haven't seen it. Heard it's really good. Sound of Metal. I think that deserves to get nominated. It's such a beautiful story about a man struggling to hear. And Judas and the Black Messiah, like I said, it's early. If that one, people start to see that in the next few weeks, it'll be really good timing for that movie. If it's really good and the performances are there. Yeah. So let me know what you thought of this video in the comments. Please, please, please subscribe. I'm hoping to get more subscribers. Comment suggestions, I know I felt like maybe I kind of talked a little fast. I just didn't want it to go too long, but I had a lot to say. So thank you so much for watching. I'll probably be back. I'll be back in February at some point, but I'm thinking maybe I'm really excited about the Golden Globe nominations. Maybe I'll do a video about that. So yeah, thank you so much again for watching. Come back soon.